Shalom and a very warm welcome to our Israel Vision viewers all over the world. And we're so glad to be able to come to you today from Abbotsford, British Columbia, which is about 60 kilometers from Vancouver, right on the Pacific coast. And we just wanted to introduce you to some very interesting guests today, Jenna and Gil Lewinsky. And they have a project that they are working on that is fascinating. They are involved with restoring biblical sheep to Israel. Tell us about this project.
In Judaism, there's a concept called tikkun olam, to be a light unto the nations and to bring positivity into the world. So God put it on our hearts to bring the Jacob sheep back from Canada to Israel, the biblical Jacob sheep as mentioned in the Bible in the book of Genesis.
Most people know that Jacob fathered the Jewish people, but he did not know as Jacob also fathered a breed of sheep. In Genesis 30, after Jacob labored for 14 years, first to get Leah and then to get Rachel, he struck a bargain with Laban that he would take all his spotted and speckled sheep in exchange as his wages. Now, afterwards, maybe as a form of cheating, no one will ever really know, but likely is the world's first case of selective breeding that's recorded in history. Using white poplar rods, he devised a strategy that the sheep would breed themselves, continuously forming spotted and speckled sheep. These became the original Jacob sheep of Israel, and they accompanied Jacob back to Canaan, where they went to Egypt, and they became an integral part of the Jewish people's flock in antiquity.
How did they use these sheep in those days?
As it's written in the Bible, the sheep was used for almost every purpose of religious rites and religious life in ancient times. The wool was used for clothing, and it's still religious clothing to this day, such as taluses have to be made 100% from wool. The sheep's horns were carved to form shofars. The skin was turned into parchment, which was then used either to create Torahs or mezuzot. And they were also used to create leather, which that tefillin today are devised from. As well, they were one of the original animals that was butchered kosher, and they supplied food for the Israelite nation, as well as they were one of the main animals used for temple sacrifice. There was the sheep sacrifice that happened twice a day in antiquity, 1-year-old unblemished rams that likely came from Jacob's sheep. So these animals are very, very important to the Israelite people in antiquity.
The reason why we're doing this project is because currently there isn't any Jacob sheep in Israel. So you may wonder why. We don't know the answer.
So you have a project and you need financing for it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And how far along are you now in the project? How many sheep do you have?
We have about a flock of 50 to 53 sheep. And we're trying to get to the number 80. That's the number that we're trying to reach to import into Israel. And we've also formed a non-for-profit called Friends of the Jacob Sheep with 3 directors, the 2 of us being two of the three. And yeah, we're looking to fundraise for the flights for the sheep and to set up the Heritage Park.
And so you need prayer. You need miracles.
Yes, we do. We need lots of prayer.
Every time you do something for Israel, you need your own private set of miracles. And so we're encouraging you as our viewers and partners and friends of Israel Vision that you begin to pray for this precious couple, that they can realize their dream of bringing Jacob's sheep to Israel.
Whenever you do a big project for God, you always get tested. So we are testimony to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have the sheep nearby here.
We do, yes.
Okay, so we'll show some of those sheep on the program, and then people, if they want to get in touch with you, they can contact us and we'll pass on their names and their addresses to you, and you can respond to them.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, God bless you. This is Jay Rawlings reporting to you for Israel Vision from Western Canada, and we wish you every blessing.
Amen.
Shalom.
Amen.